James Beard award-winning chef, one-time owner of 4 highly rated restaurants. And now, Chef Tony Maws is feeding hundreds of teenage boys.
This is obviously a special place for me.
Tony is back at his alma mater, the Belmont Hill School, an all-boys prep school in Belmont, Massachusetts. He's helping to shape the next generation through food.
I still wake up most mornings feeling like there's a couple of restaurants to run.
Not these days. The story goes a little something like this. Belmont Hill had an issue, says head of school Greg Schneider.
People were talking about food as one area where the school could improve. I thought it would be a really easy thing. I learned pretty quickly it wasn't going to be that easy.
Around the same time, after decades in the restaurant biz, which includes his longtime Cambridge spot, Craigie on Main, Tony was ready for something new.
Burnout's real. I didn't feel great physically, mentally, emotionally. I didn't see a life after COVID that I thought was going to be fun.
And then Belmont Hill came calling.
A number of people said, you've got to meet this guy. And what started as just a conversation evolved into, would you ever consider taking this on?
Indeed, he would. In 2021, this self-taught chef closed his last restaurant, and in 2023 opened a new chapter as Belmont Hill's Director of Culinary Excellence.
It's a big, broad title that allows me to do a whole lot.
His assignment?
First and foremost, I got to make sure that the food is great. I am not the chef, so I work with a great team, Flick Dining, to make sure that we're serving food that fits into the mission and philosophy of what we're all about.
No surprise, the school menu got an upgrade, moving beyond daily chicken tenders to food that expands students' palates. And Tony says, fuels performance in the classroom and on the athletic fields. On this day, pork char suey bowl.
Was there initial pushback when you started changing the menu on them?
Absolutely. I mean, in the beginning, no one knew what to make of me, and it was such a dramatic shift. I mean, they brought me here for reasons. We have hot dogs right here, right? But at the same time, then we come back the rest of the week, we're saying, okay, we're gonna do some teriyaki salmon. We started with like 30% of the boys eating fish or salmon, and now we're up to like 70%, showing them that we can make it taste good. This is why it's good for you.
How different is it for cooking for 400 plus
Yep.
boys versus Boston's toughest food critics?
These are some harsh critics, and I get some very honest feedback.
That feedback is turning into real change.
The food prior to Mr. Maws, it was fine. It wasn't really super healthy, but now I feel like it's kind of hitting both notes. The food's really good, and it's very healthy for you.
He definitely helps us understand what we're eating and why he's giving it to us.
This week has been probably one of my favorite weeks with the pork this week. Oh my gosh, so good with that sweet sauce.
And as a Belmont Hill parent too, Tony has a built-in review system. Meet Tony's son, Charlie.
When the lunch is good, I hear about it, but when the lunch is bad, I definitely hear about it.
It's actually good. It's good to have that intel.
I get like the inside scoop, and I make sure to pass it on to him.
For Tony, this job is about way more than lunch.
We started a food club. I work with the affinity groups. Say, my grandmother cooks this great Puerto Rican dish. Do you think that you can cook that for everybody? And we'll find a way to do that. And next thing you know, I've got a group of boys who are showing the whole Belmont Hill community, something that is important to them. I'm working with some of the athletes too to get themselves to the next level.
He also writes a regular newsletter.
I'll detail some of the things that they might be seeing on the menu, or the origins of a certain dish, or how this is a great way to eat as they're heading into exam period, because they'll get better sleep and have more energy.
And is a teacher now too.
I teach a class in food writing, which has been it's so crazy to think of me as a teacher.
Between meals, Tony is back where it all started.
One thing that's absolutely stayed the same, the panels. Every senior, you actually cannot graduate unless you finish your panel on time. It's an expression of where you are in that particular moment. This is me. I thought I was really cool.
When music was cool, cooking not so much.
I was cooking in high school, but I didn't really tell a whole lot of people about it because it wasn't the cool thing to be. And now I get to come back and be like, hey, this is a world.
Do you ever miss the hustle and bustle of the restaurant world?
The parts that I miss, perfect nights, the Saturday when everything's humming. I don't miss the plumbing, and I don't miss when people don't show up to work. But I wouldn't take anything back because I wouldn't be sitting here right now without those experiences.
Belmont Hill found a missing ingredient.
He is a huge believer that our dining hall is our biggest classroom to teach character, which is the mission of our school.
And so did Tony.
I still get to drive my son to school every day, which might be the best part.
It is indeed. And interest in full disclosure, my husband does work at the Belmont Hill School.
And Tony told you when he first came back to campus, he wasn't totally sure that was the right next chapter for him, but he's really proud of what he's accomplished, and just in a different way than the restaurant business.
Certainly. For him, he says food is more than what is just on your plate. It's about teaching the kids how to think about food, and those thoughts can last a lifetime and change good and create good habits. As we mentioned, Tony did not go to culinary school. He is a self-taught chef. He spent hours in the Harvard Library as a young guy studying every cookbook until he knew his stuff.
All right. Still